Hey, Marcia, thank you so much for coming back to the office.
Oh, thank you. Hi, John Paul.
How are you feeling today?
I'm doing okay.
So, well, I'm glad to hear that. Last time we spoke a little bit about some issues with alcohol. Are you comfortable discussing that a little bit more today?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, last time you said that you were worried you might have a drinking problem. What did you mean by that?
Well, I'm not sure I do, but my brother and sister think that I have a drinking problem. So they think I drink too much.
Can I ask how many drinks do you normally have in a given day?
Well, sometimes I have a bottle of wine every night. Sometimes maybe I have two.
Okay, so when I say a drink, I mean like a glass of wine, so maybe 12 how many glasses would be in so about 5 ounces in a glass of wine,
Yeah.
12 ounces for a beer, a shot of liquor, so using that scale, how many drinks would you say you have if you're having a bottle or two? How many glasses does that work out to?
I don't know. I have a big glass, so it's probably, I don't know, seven, maybe seven, eight. I don't know. If it's 5 ounces, I don't know how much is in a bottle of wine.
Okay.
30 ounces, so it's probably like six.
I uh I don't know if you know, but for women of your age, the National Institute of Health recommends that you have no more than 3 drinks a day and 7 drinks a week. So just hearing that, I mean, what does that make you think?
No, I know I drink more than I'm probably supposed to.
Okay. And if it's okay, I'd like to share just some of the effects that drinking can have. Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
So, just a few, of course, liver damage, numbness in your fingers and toes, having trouble sleeping, being forgetful, having trouble with exercise and athletic activities, noticing that an increase in aggression, you know, changes in your behavior, depression. I'm wondering, have you noticed any of those effects lately?
Oh, I don't know, not really. I live by myself, and the depression, I've always had depression. That's part of why I drink, because I'm happy when I drink.
So when you say you've always had depression, can you remember how far back when you say always? What does that mean?
Well, probably 13 years. I don't know. Since I got a divorce, so it's probably been about 13 years. That's when I remember being depressed.
Is that about when you started drinking?
Well, I always drank before. That's probably when I started drinking more. Yes.
Okay, okay. So let's just kind of recap where we are right now. So it sounds like you're here because your brother and sister are concerned about your drinking.
Yes.
You're drinking about 7 drinks a day, and things started to get bad about 13 years ago.
Well, I don't know bad, but that's when I started drinking. Yes.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't imply that you're, doing bad. I'm glad that you're here. I think it's really important that even though, you know, it's your brother and your sister kind of pushing you, I think it's really good that you're willing to have a conversation
Thank you.
because they struggle with figuring out, what do I need to change? How do I be healthy? And the fact that we're even having this conversation, that's a really good sign for you, Marcia. That's really good.
Thank you.
So I wanted to kind of change our subject a little bit. I'm wondering, in a given day, what is it that leads you to drink? I mean, is there anything that happens and then you start drinking?
I'm just lonely, I think. I mean, it now it's just a habit. That's what I do at night, especially.
Can you remember any thoughts or anything that pops into your head before you start drinking?
Um, I don't know. It's time to drink.
Yeah. So would you say that it's a ritual, like every day at a certain time you have a drink?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I usually start like about 5 o'clock.
So it sounds like you probably get home from work and then it's, time to drink.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm wondering, is there anything that's really stressful or anything that you have to deal with in a given day that, you're trying to find an outlet for with drinking?
Oh, I just think loneliness. Yeah, loneliness.
So you said you got divorced 13 years ago. Was loneliness an issue before the divorce, or is this something that's kind of since the divorce?
Well, since the divorce, I've gotten lonely, and that's when I started drinking.
Mhm. Can I ask you, have you tried anything else besides drinking to kind of work on this loneliness? Have you talked to a counselor before this conversation, or tried to do anything else about your loneliness?
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to quit before, but it's hard. And then, I know I need to go out and meet people, but I really haven't done it yet.
Mhm. So it sounds like you have a desire to meet more people and sort of see maybe that could be a solution for feeling lonely.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let me ask you, you've been drinking for, at this level for 13 years, and it sounds like you've felt lonely for that long, too. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So do you think that drinking has been an effective way to deal with your loneliness?
Not in the long run, no. I mean, in the short run, it seems like it, but in the long run, no.
So you mentioned meeting new people, and I just want to circle back to that for a second. Do you have any ideas about how you might do that?
Um, Not really. No, I could go to some church groups maybe.
Okay. So do you belong to a church right now?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Is it a place that you have a lot of friends in, or do you know the people there?
Yeah, I know the people pretty well there. I like it there. I just haven't really, like, when they've asked me to do stuff, I just haven't gone.
Yeah. So it sounds like you've got people that are trying to connect to you. Is that right?
Right. Yeah, I think so.
How does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, it makes me feel good that they want to hang out with me. So I'm
Yeah,
just a
absolutely.
habit. So
I mean, it sounds like they're seeing something in you that's good and that's valuable and that they want to have in their lives.
yeah, yeah.
So let me just ask you, in terms of drinking in general, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not ready at all, 10 being very, very ready, very prepared, how do you rate yourself on how you feel about stopping drinking?
Oh, I'm probably at a 6.
So you say that you're at a 6 in terms of why a 6 and not a 8 or 9?
Well, just because I'm still lonely and I don't know what else to do. So I just really haven't gotten there yet.
Okay. And same question, but in terms of connecting with these potential friends at church, with 1 being you don't want to do it at all, and 10 being as soon as you leave, you're going to call them. Kind of where do you see yourself in terms of being willing to make that change?
No, I guess an 8 that I'll try.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a really, really good way for you to address loneliness that you're talking about. So I'd really like it before our next session if you could try to connect with some of these people at church, and maybe next week we can talk about how that went.
Okay. All
Great.
right. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcia. See you later.